This time, the chair recognizes Councilman Jones, who will present a resolution honoring Philadelphia's living legends with Joan Myers Brown, Grace Clarke on behalf of Stanley Clarke, great family member, if I say so myself, Bill Jolly and Solomon Jones, and those accompanying them. Please join the councilman at the podium. And joining the folks at the podium, we have Councilman Greenlee, Councilwoman Reynolds Brown, Councilwoman Blackwell, Councilman Taubenberger, Councilwoman Parker, Councilman Johnson, and Councilwoman Bass, and also Councilman Derek Green.
You got all this stuff?
I was lobbying Curtis.
I know you were. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
We're going to wake up in here. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
There we go. Little energy, because the people behind me have a lot of energy, and they want to share it with you today. Today is February 28th. It is the last day and the shortest month on the calendar. It is also Black History Month. And I want you to know that before I go into the Carter G. Woodson part, why Black History Month is important to me and little boys and girls throughout the city of Philadelphia is because of my great-grandfather, William O. Spencer. Now, as a kid, he was from South Philly, too. Yeah. And from the P. We, as kids, used to play in my grandfather's basement. And he had a wood shop, and one of the favorite things for the grandkids to find was a saber. It was a sword. It was like you could get hurt. And we would grab a pipe and grab a sword, and we would clang the things together. My grandmother would have had a fit had she known what we were doing. But I had no idea what that saber was from or for. And at the time when you watched cowboy movies and stuff like that, the role of the African American men and women were diminished roles. We were the cook, we were the butler, we were the guy who handed the general the sword, and in my mind, that's who my grandfather was. Until I read his obituary, until I understood that he was a rough rider, until I understood that he went up those hills himself. He was not the cook. He was the soldier at the front line and was a hero after that to me. But I am but one of tens of thousands of Philadelphia young people who probably had that same opinion about their ancestors, not knowing the truth of their contributions. So, Carter G. Woodson understood that too. And he was an African-American historian, author, journalist, convinced that the role of his own people in American history was diminished. The history of other cultures were also being ignored, but he realized he needed to do the research to make sure that our place in history was memorialized. And so here today, the evolution of that, going from a week to a month to our own, is here today. We have to recognize people in our culture, in our city, that have made not just local contributions, but international contributions that will ripple throughout international history. And we are proud of you, and we're here to tell you that today.
Thank you.
All right? So, what we want to do is propose this resolution honoring and celebrating Philadelphia's living legends. Joan Myers Brown, Stanley Clarke, Bill Jolly, my neighbor, and Solomon Jones, who ain't no hustler. That's an inside joke. He gave a speech. It was a line he used. It was good. So I told him I was always going to remember. These are people who communicate in dance, music, literature, journalism throughout Philadelphia and then historically throughout our nation.
Note of personal privilege, but for this lady to my left, 40 years ago when I was 30 pounds thinner, she gave me an opportunity to live my dream as a professional dancer. Because in her time as a black ballerina, she didn't have the opportunity to exhibit her craft. She has created thousands of dancers across the nation that go on to Broadway and Vegas and travel around the world. So I am eternally grateful to this woman by the name of Joan Myers Brown. Whereas Joan Myers Brown has made significant contributions to the national and international dance communities. She's the founder of the Philadelphia Dance Company, affectionately known as Philadanco, and the founder of the Philadelphia School of Dance Arts. In 1988, Brown founded the International Conference of Black Dance Companies, and just a few years later, founded the International Association of Blacks in Dance. And
whereas Brown has received a host of accolades throughout her lifetime, including awards from the Philadelphia Tribune, the African American Museum in Philadelphia, and membership to the Distinguished Daughters of Pennsylvania, which is a humbling honor and a huge deal in the Commonwealth. In 2012, she was designated as one of the 10 best Philadelphians by Philadelphia Magazine and received the National Medal of the Arts, the nation's highest civic honor for artistic excellence, which was presented to her by none other at the White House than President Barack Obama. And
whereas Stanley Clarke is a 4-time Grammy winner, winning recording artist, performer, composer, conductor, arranger, and producer, as well as one of the most eminent figures in the world of acoustic and electric basses. Clarke's esteemed presence in the music industry was celebrated when he was named Rolling Stone magazine's very first Jazzman of the Year. And
he's the president's cousin.
Absolutely. and originally from North Philadelphia. All right.
And you know, not to go back, but they're getting ready to build a school in Joan Myers Brown's honor. So that's going to be a special, special gift to us as well. Whereas Clarke is also the recipient of Bass Players Magazine's Lifetime Achievement Award, is a member of the Guitar Players Magazine's Gallery of Greats, and has been honored with the addition of his hand impressions to Hollywood's quote-unquote rock walk. To ensure that other young, talented artists can follow in his legacy, he established the Stanley Clarke Foundation, a charitable organization which awards scholarships to aspiring musicians each year. And
whereas Bill Jolly is a 3-time Emmy Award-winning composer, arranger, musical director, and keyboardist. Jolly's compositions have been featured across the airway on major networks like NBC, ABC, CBS, MTV, HBO, and Showtime. And he went to Overbrook, Kurt just told me. And he has appeared in endorsement ads for major companies such as Verizon, Hyatt, and Bose. And
whereas Bill Jolly has also used his talents in directing large-scale award ceremonies, including the Emmy Awards, the Marian Anderson Awards, and the Rhythm and Blues Foundation Awards. In addition, he has arranged musical tributes to Earth, Wind and Fire, Billy Joel, Queen Latifah, Bon Jovi, Nina Simone, and Chaka Khan, and has performed musically for 5 U.S. presidents. And
whereas Solomon Jones is an Essence best-selling author and award-winning journalist who has been featured nationally on NPR's Morning Edition and CNN's Headline News. Jones is currently a columnist for the Philadelphia Daily News and a host for Praise 107.9. In addition, he's a blogger and frequent on-air commentator for the NPR affiliate WHYY. And
Whereas an instructor at the Philadelphia School District Parent University, Jones has served as spokesman for the district Read for Your Life program. Jones has also served on the board of the Philadelphia Committee to End Homelessness, visited each of Philadelphia's municipal prisons to promote reading, and served on the Community Advisory Board of the Doe Fund, an organization that helps homeless men reclaim their lives.
Whereas all of these living legends in great and diverse ways have positively impacted the city of Philadelphia via the enrichment of Philadelphia's culture, through the arts, through the mentorship of Philadelphia youth, and the provision of valuable information to our citizens. These living legends have and continue to make the lives of Philadelphia citizens better. Now, therefore, be it.
Resolved by the Council of the City of Philadelphia that it hereby honors and celebrates Philadelphia's living legends, Joan Myers Brown, Stanley Clarke, Bill Jolly, and Solomon Jones, who are leaders in the areas of dance, music, literature, and journalism in the Philadelphia area as part of the commemoration of Black History Month. Further resolved that an engrossed copy of this resolution be presented to every one of our living legends as further evidence of the sincere respect and admiration of our legislative body. Thank you.
And the chair recognizes Joan Myers Brown, Grace Clarke, Bill Jolly, and Solomon Jones for remarks.
Well, anyone that knows me, anytime they ask me to speak, I said, I wish they had asked me to dance. But now that I've gotten a little older, I guess I have to say something. First of all, I'd like to thank Blondell for being a wonderful dancer and a wonderful city councilwoman. You know, the arts in Philadelphia sometimes get pushed aside and not accomplished and accounted for. But what we do all year long, not just Black History Month, not just every week. So we invite you to support us even more, support our youth, and make sure that the arts continue. The vote today for the school, I'm not worried about the school being in my name, I'm worried about the school happening. So we want to make sure the schools continue to do their work, and that the new school, that the vote will be for it, and that we can move on. So I thank you, and I thank you on behalf of everyone in Philadelphia that has benefited from the arts, because it has to continue. Thank you.
Don't everybody come up at once.
Good morning. I wanted to say thank you so much for honoring my brother. He couldn't be here today, but I know that he's extremely grateful and thankful with your gratitude, and I'm so proud of him. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I am so honored by this award today that I almost had to check the spelling to make sure this wasn't meant for Billy Joel. I'm very thankful, first of all, to God. Secondly, to my mother, Rowena Jolly, my father, Elton Jolly, and my daughter, Bianca Jolly. Those are the inspirations of my life. And I want to thank my good friend and my neighbor, Curtis Jones. He doesn't know, but I used to watch him back at Overbrook High School when he was in student government, and I should see him get up and speak and then watch the women chase him down the hall. So naturally, when I became my chance, I became the president of the school, thanks to him. Thank you so much, and we very much appreciate this award.
Well, thank you so much for this award. It's interesting, when I was listening to them read my bio, they read the parts about me working on behalf of homelessness. And I do that because I rose out of homelessness to become who I am, to work in this Philadelphia City Council, to work for a congressman of the United States, and to realize my dream of becoming a journalist. I love this city because its streets shaped me. I love this city because this is where I live and raise my family. I love this city because it has taught me so much. And as I watch members of City Council Sometimes I'm on you, and y'all know that, right? But if you're doing the right thing, I'm with you, because I love this city, because this city is my family. And so, Councilman Jones, I'm with you when you fight against prisons. Councilwoman Blackwell, I'm with you when you fight for the homeless. Councilwoman Bass, I'm with you when you fight against the tax abatement. Councilwoman Parker, I'm with you when you fight against a marijuana facility. Councilwoman Gim, I'm with you when you fight for a fair work week. Councilman Clarke, I'm with you when you fight to make sure that black developers actually get to develop properties in gentrifying communities here in Philadelphia. Councilman O, I'm with you when you fight for homeowners' rights. Councilwoman Sanchez, I'm with you when you fight to get people out of addiction, because that is where I come from. And you never know who these people are going to become. And so I want to thank you so much, not only for honoring me, but honoring where I come from in this city of Philadelphia, and all the people who are going to rise up to be so much more than I will ever be. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Biddies.